Spoiler alert.
Welcome to Spoiler Alert. I'm Ryan, and I got some backup today because we're going to talk Superman. And joining me today are the guys behind AllTooReelToo.
Hey.
Woo!
All right, go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about yourselves.
You can go ahead first, Sesame.
Oh God, okay. I knew you were gonna do that. My name is Sesame and Carter. Not really, but I call myself that. Me and my friend Mike, he started this actually. His idea to start a pop culture podcast a long time ago, and then can we skip that? That's a terrible introduction.
So how about I started here? So my name is Mike Lee Cullen II. Me and my co-host Sesame here, Sesame and Carta, we host AllTooReelToo, which is a pop culture podcast. We talk about movies, usually bad ones, sometimes TV series, sometimes good movies. Just whatever we're feeling like. We don't have like a complete niche, but we just two guys talking, two middle-aged white guys talking about movies. It's just basically the world. And yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes three of us today, and quite frankly, I owe you guys a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so today we are going to talk James Gunn's Superman. I went to go see this on the Amazon Prime screening on July 8th.
Yeah.
And thankfully, only 3 trailers played in front of it. It was Amazon's Project Hail Mary, the movie with Ryan Gosling that's directed by Lord and Miller, then Fantastic Four played, and then this animated Ken the Hat trailer with the perfect choice of Bill Hader in the titular role. I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Then the juvenile kitty humor happens. And it's done in the same animation style as like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that trailer too. It just Bill Hader's a good choice, but still, yeah.
Don't get me started on the Smurfs trailer I saw in front of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Like, I just dropped a troll review of that where I used it as a backdoor to talk about the studio, an actual good show.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure about the Cat in the Hat movie. Nazis are going to be big mad when they see the kids in the Cat in the Hat movie aren't going to be white.
Oh no.
Oh no, we can't have that.
It's Snow White and the Little Mermaid all over again.
I know. Go check that video out. While you're at it, go roast the Nazis in the comment section. All right. Anyway, and after all that, James Gunn, David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnahan, and Nicholas Hoult introduced the movie. And there's like a little playful banter between Cornsweet and Nicholas Hoult.
Mm-hmm.
But the theater was packed when I went to go see it.
That's cool.
And it was kind of a cool experience to go see this 3 days early.
Yeah.
Because this was one of those movies I knew I wanted to do a spoiler alert on, whether or not I had Dustin.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and bought the ticket for the 3 days prior showings. But at the same time, I wanted to try and get a bigger panel together, and that just wasn't working. Schedules, gotta love it.
People lives, that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
And then, so in my lifetime, there hasn't been that one definitively good Superman movie. So starting off in 1984, when I was born, there hasn't been that one definitively good Superman movie.
Yeah.
We've gotten close to pretty good, but never, oh my God, this tops Superman the movie.
But I mean, nothing is better than Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Yeah.
Greatest movie.
No, I was
okay.
Though I will say this much, James Gunn does lift something from Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Yeah. Yeah, this Yeah, we reviewed that one a while back, and as well as Supergirl on our podcast, and recently an episode of Superboy, the TV series, and the pilot episode of Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman.
Shit.
Oh,
A
wow.
lot of Superman content. I didn't really think about how much we've done, but yeah.
I actually do remember vaguely liking Superboy as a kid
Mhm.
because that would always play in syndication when I was younger.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was the episode we covered was horrible, but it was
Yeah.
the show
It was
overall.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
And I
man,
love how a clip resurfaced of Dean Cain's Superman just basically fast forwarding to present day, being detained for being an illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
yes.
Then he claims that Superman's not an immigrant or something.
Yeah.
On Fox News, one of those
Yeah. Oh
things.
god. But
Here's
man,
somebody.
that movie is great. I mean, like I hear you. I was never really a big Superman fan, mainly because I just was never, even the Christopher Reeves ones, which I know are like great, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. But this one is just fantastic. And James Gunn, I think he's just a great director. I mean, he's just, or is he a writer? I don't really know, but whatever
He's
thing he
both
is,
the writer and director on this,
yeah,
in addition to running
whatever
DC
he
Studios.
is, it's great. Like the Suicide Squad, and then you got this. I mean, it's way better than Zack Snyder. No offense, well, actually, all offense, because I hate those movies so much.
I am Team Zack Snyder. I hate to tell you this.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. Man of Steel is one of those movies that took me a while it grew on me after repeat viewings.
See, I liked Man of Steel when I first saw it, but I have issues with it so much now. So
yeah.
I'm
And I am the staunchest Ultimate Edition Batman v Superman defender and Zack Snyder's Justice League defender.
Yeah.
I do like the extended version of Justice League. I will say that, like the 3-hour long version.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I was using Snyder as a stand-in for the dark, broody superhero, which I'm kind of glad we're getting out of that a little bit and going back more into the campy cornball stuff that used to be pretty much like everything from like the 80s to like maybe the very early 90s. And then we got into like the tortured, I had such a traumatic past, and now I worship violence and revenge, and it's all about hatred and stuff like that. Now we're going back to like superhero, at least with Superman. I mean, I can't say much for Peacemaker, which I love, by the way, the cameo of Peacemaker.
Yeah, I do like that cameo.
See, my feeling about Man of Steel is that Superman in that movie, he has to choose if he wants to serve humanity and help them. Whereas in this movie, I think it's Superman more trying to figure out why he has to serve humanity.
Yeah, that's actually a good assessment. And even then, with the toxic Snyder fans, like, they don't realize Zack Snyder and James Gunn are actually good friends. Hell, they just did a cameo on Rick and Morty together.
Yeah. The thing is I have nothing against Zack Snyder. I just have more. It's like Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I have nothing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have issues with a lot of their diehard fans that are, know. That's
exactly. I love Zack Snyder. I hate his fans.
Yeah. in the Venn diagram between Snyder Bros and MAGA people kind of is interesting.
Yeah.
It is.
But I love that not only does this feel like a Silver Age comic book come to life, as the hackneyed cliche line of criticism is, but it's a celebration of all things Superman, including, as we just talked about, Superman 4, and even Zack Snyder's films.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to play a game throughout this called Spot the Zack Snyder Influence.
Okay.
Because Zack Snyder's influence is heavy in this film.
Yeah.
Let's start straight away with, thank Christ the DC Studios logo is mercifully short.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I just love how it's like, Superman's breaking chains, it's 5 seconds long, the movie's starting.
Yeah.
Instead of Kevin Feige jerking off to himself for a full fucking minute. Look at all these scenes from these movies. I am Jesus Christ. Worship me. I'm Kevin Feige. I can't stand the Marvel Studios logo.
I never knew there were lyrics. That's nice.
I'm trying to think. Was there any slow motion? Because I know he loves doing slow mo.
Yes.
There was. Okay.
Yes, we'll get to that later. That is
Okay.
one. You spotted the Snyder influence.
All right.
You spotted a Snyder influence. But speaking of getting the song straight away, I love that the title card just straight away tells you what's going on. Like, you don't need to see Krypton getting blown up or anything like that. It's revealed that he's been Superman for 3 years and metahumans have existed for centuries.
Yeah, it's and the thing I find funny is like there's a lot of people that are complaining like, oh, I don't like it because there's no background and I don't know what I'm doing. They just drop us in the middle of this of a story. No good movies ever do that. And I'm like, what about Star Wars?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we know. I mean, come on. Superman's been made like so many times. Everybody knows the story. Like you said, we don't need to see the whole beginning all over again. We get it. And
Yeah.
I like too his uniform. It looks kind of campy and cornball, which I like. It's not like super like new and modern or whatever. I like the dog. I love Crypto. He's great addition to the whole movie. I was gonna actually turn off the movie at one point because I thought that woman killed the dog. If they killed the fucking dog.
And then the title card explicitly states that we're seeing his first loss by the Hammer of Barabia, in which Barabia is basically the Russia-Israel stand-in, choose whatever political allegory you like, as he's trying to end the conflict in Jaranpur. Again, insert the allegory you want, Ukraine or Palestine.
See, I think it's more overtly that it's Israel Palestine than Russia Ukraine, mainly because the Russia Ukraine thing is a thing where we're supporting the oppressed as opposed to this where we're supporting the oppressor.
Now,
And that's what they're doing in this one too. And I mean, I know Gunn says it's not about Israel Palestine, but the thing is, it's like we're not supplying and funding, and we're not allies with Russia.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm saying,
I think James Gunn is covering his ass because if he says, "Yeah, this film's totally pro-Palestine," he's gonna get canceled quicker than you can say Melissa Barrera and John Cusack.
Yeah, and it's like I know why he's doing that, and I mean it's good. It's good, for his career to do that. But I mean, this is definitely, in my opinion, the biggest pro-Palestine film I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's hardcore pro-Palestine. Like, you can tell this is a pro-Palestine film, though they can't come out and say it.
Plus, the bad guys are a white country, and the oppressed people are brown.
Exactly.
Right.
And the dictator of that country is the weird haired guy from Triangle of Sadness, who was like the Russian capitalist.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big quote unquote jokes in that film is this conversation he and Woody Harrelson have with each other. And it's like one of the most pretentious conversations you will ever see in a movie. God, I fucking hate Triangle of Sadness. Why couldn't you have nominated RRR instead?
I was listening to Hassan Piker, and he said that this guy looks a lot like a former Israeli prime minister from like the 40s, or not the 40s, but like from somebody.
That's right. Yeah, he does. Oh, I forgot which one, but yeah, you brought that up. Yeah, he does look like someone.
Put up a picture of the two side by side, and they look like completely like they could be brothers at least, and the hair, everything.
Yeah, I wish I remember, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I call him Nedim Putin.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, it's good that they, that's the thing I kind of like about the DC as opposed to, I mean, Marvel does create fictional cities and characters. I mean, in countries sometimes, but DC is more overt in there. Like they, Metropolis is obviously like New York, but they don't call it New York. They call it, I mean, Gotham. I mean, Gotham is more New York. Metropolis kind of. I don't know what Metropolis would be. Maybe Chicago, and
maybe,
and and like there's National City and there's Central City and stuff like that. They don't have like we're in New York or we're in Los Angeles or we're in Baltimore or whatever. It's just kind of so then they can get away with stuff.
Yeah, but overall too, I just like I don't know if we're just gonna talk about this linearly or if we're just gonna talk about our thoughts about it, but there's this argument that he gets into with Lois when she's quote interviewing Superman.
Yeah.
But then it becomes oddly personal, and she's like playing like the enlightened centrist route of like, well, we can't really do anything about it. I guess just kill all those people. And he's like, no, fuck no,
Yeah, and straight away, I fucking love for most of the film's runtime, Superman is getting his ass handed to him. Whether he is as Superman or, as you mentioned, as Clark Kent, where he's taking actual hard questions from Lois Lane.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great fucking scene right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, how the thing ends with him just saying people were going to die, and that's why he intervened. And she's just like questioning, like, trying to say that he represents the United States, but he's like, I don't represent the United States. I represent myself, It's like,
yeah.
And at the beginning of the film, like, as Superman's getting beaten, we're introduced to Crypto. The engineer is able to spot where the Fortress of Solitude is. And this is where we meet Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Or Elon Musk or whoever the president.
In my spoiler-free review, I said he's an amalgamation of Musk and Trump.
Yeah. He's Musk, Trump, and he's like the people that run Raytheon and other places like that.
Yeah.
Really good actor too, who played Lex Luthor.
Nicholas Hoult. I fucking love Nicholas Hoult in this because Nicholas Hoult is playing the Lex Luthor Jesse Eisenberg thought he was playing.
Yes,
definitely. And I mean, this whole cast is great. I mean, back to like, David and Rachel, they had great chemistry together. Like, I haven't seen chemistry like that between Clark and Lois since 1978.
All right, it's time to play Spot the Snyder Influence. All right, this is one of the Snyder influences I noticed. Like, James Gunn is looking for relative unknowns instead of getting the white boy of the moment. Like, if David Zaslav were running the show, it would be like Jacob Elordi playing Superman.
Yeah.
Or someone like that. Like, I'm glad he chose relative unknowns. And it was because James Gunn saw Pearl, where David Corenswet plays the projector, who Pearl has an affair with, while Howard is away fighting World War I.
Yeah. And
it's a minor yet crucial part in that film. And James Gunn was like, we need to get a hold of him.
He looks like Superman walked off the comic book. He's just like, he is Superman. You forget that he's David Corenswet. You just think he's Superman.
He is fantastic in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I buy he is Superman. Like, he is modern day Christopher Reeve. Like,
because the thing is like Brandon Routh. I knew it was Brandon Routh when I'm watching it. You watch Henry Cavill, it's Henry Cavill when you're watching it. I never had that moment where it took me out. I mean, and as much as I liked the Superman and Lois TV series, even there, it's like it's an actor playing the character while you're watching it. But this
exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
And then while all this is going on at the Fortress of Solitude, it's revealed that as he's healing, like, he gets this message from his Kryptonian parents, and the second half of the message is damaged on transport to Earth. And one thing I didn't realize was Bradley Cooper was playing Jor-El. I didn't realize that until the credits.
Yeah, it took me a minute. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, that guy looks familiar. I can't place him. Wait, that's Bradley Cooper. So
yeah,
man.
And
then we cut to Then it cuts to Clark running late for his job at Daily Planet. And thank Christ we have an Art Deco aesthetic with the Daily Planet logo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I love that Cleveland was Metropolis.
Yeah, exactly.
So well, I know several people who were extras in the movie, so it's kind of cool. Like I did some extra work on a movie that's coming out soon on Hulu called Eeny Meeny, and a lot of the people that were extras in that were also extras in Superman. I applied to be one, but I didn't get called. So
Yeah, that'll probably be a spoiler alert episode in the future because I really do want to talk about that.
yeah, it's definitely. I was thinking of covering it for our podcast too, so maybe we can both all get together and do them or something. Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I couldn't stand about Batman v Superman was they just clearly found a generic font and just made that Daily Planet. One of the things I do love about Superman is the Daily Planet reporters.
Yeah.
The other people that are in there, namely Skylar Gizmodo as Jimmy Olsen. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but I go as far as say he is the definitive Jimmy Olsen.
They were casting him in that role before he ever got cast. But yeah, he's amazing. I love him on Righteous Gemstones.
That's a show I need to watch.
He's great on there. Everybody on that show is great. That show is one of the best shows that was on TV in the last 10 years or so, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've been having a god tier run with TV shows lately, with The Pit, The Studio, Adolescence. I've just been watching way more TV because this year movies so far is kind of lame.
Yeah, but he's great. He's another one of those he just walked off the comic book. He is Jimmy Olsen, and I like the way that they added where Jimmy's kind of every woman is attracted to Jimmy.
Because that's canonical in the comics.
Yeah, and I like it in this because they tend to not do that in other adaptations. And it's funny. I saw an interview with Skylar. He was saying that he went in for the audition, not realizing he was auditioning for Jimmy, and he thought he was auditioning for Superman. So yeah.
And again, here comes another Snyder influence.
Okay.
James Gunn kept Perry White black.
Yeah.
I really liked Wendell Pierce as Perry White.
Yeah. Now he's both in both MCU and DCU now, both. So yeah.
Yep. There you go. And better yet, it's just nice to see fucking character actors in these movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see A or B list celebrities play minor roles.
Yeah, you have Beck Bennett. He's primarily just known for SNL, and he was great in his. Yeah,
I liked him in that role too. And then we meet Clark's parents, who are played by Pruitt Taylor Vince and Neva Howell.
Yeah.
And they feel like Clark's parents.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Kevin Costner and Diane Lane didn't feel like Clark's parents.
No offense to either one of them. And
yeah.
Same way I felt about John Schneider and what's her name on Smallville. They were too attractive to be his parents. I know it sounds weird.
Yeah.
How I felt.
Yeah. I shouldn't have to think like in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I want to bang Ma Kent.
Mm-hmm.
That should not cross my fucking mind.
Yeah. And, I'll say one of my earliest crushes was her in The Outsiders. So, it's kind of
Oh, Streets of Fire. She's fucking next level in that.
Yeah. And Spider-Man, though, too, you got Aunt May is super hot with Marissa Tomei. So that was I'm not complaining. She's very, very attractive. Yeah. It is, because the ones with Tobey Maguire, she's in her 70s at the time. It's
And then you had Sally Field in the Amazing Spider-Man duology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making her younger.
And then Lex Luthor and the Engineer go to the Fortress of Solitude. They find the message, they kidnap Crypto and destroy all the robots. And meanwhile, Lex's henchmen are deploying a large monster on Metropolis to distract Superman. But I kind of like the reveal where it's like this tiny little toy sail thing that's spitting out fire. And one of the henchmen is like, "Don't worry, it's going to get bigger." And like, it's just another day at the park.
Yeah.
Well, I love that too. I also love the fact that, like, it's like the people in this universe are just like so used to crazy shit happening that it doesn't even faze them anymore. Because there's one scene where I love it where there's like this weird like octopus thing that the other guys are fighting. He's just talking to Lois the whole time, like nothing's going on.
And it was such a fake out too when the first poster we saw for the movie, like last year or the year
It's
before.
Superman lacing up his boots. Yep.
Yeah, with that happening in the background, where you think he's about ready to go out and fight, but it's not.
It's the other guy or the Justice Gang.
Yeah. And it's comprised of Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
And here comes Snyder influence number 3.
Uh-oh.
The speed ramp as Superman saves the kid, which you see in the trailer.
Yeah. That's a cool thing. Yeah,
And I really do like these 3 characters.
Yeah.
I just wish they were fleshed out a little more. Like, this is the show I wish we got instead of Creature Commandos. Because I'm just going to be blunt about that. I did not like Creature Commandos.
I only watched the first episode and I couldn't get past it. But I mean, I might eventually watch more of it. But the thing I like about it too, though, is I think they're setting up these characters to be bigger. I mean, like Guy Gardner's going to be in the Lanterns TV series.
Yeah.
And Mr. Terrific is, they've got him scheduled for future projects as well. And I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he just signed a lucrative deal because he was the breakout star of this movie.
And I know for sure that I think Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are both going to be in Peacemaker. So but I kind of did like the idea that we didn't have their backstories and we were just kind of here.
Yeah,
that's kind of what was the flaw with the DCEU is that we didn't have the build up before we got to Justice League. Like we
just got the email of exposition.
Yeah, but for some odd reason, it works here.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's because they felt like fleshed out characters versus like little attachments in an email.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of, I wanted to at least see a cameo from these characters in Creature Commandos, like kind of justify their existence a little bit.
Yeah, but there wasn't. And I mean, like, and like you're talking about, attachments, and then you've got the great acting of Gal Gadot. And
I still stand firm that Gal Gadot's a great Wonder Woman. Like, I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
She's okay, but in the Justice League movie, she's horrible. That's my feeling. I think in her first standalone movie, she's good, but in
Whedon's in Justice League, she's horrible. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, she's great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to watch that again. I only watched it when it first came on.
Because you can tell who was directing who when you watch both cuts.
Yeah. And I don't know, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of her, period. I don't think she can act that well. So but
yeah, I'm off and on with Gal Gadot. Like, I don't necessarily agree with her politics, but she seems like a genuinely good person. Like, I'm not a big fan of her politics.
I still have a cardboard cutout of her in my living room.
There you go.
The first Wonder Woman.
Yeah, her as Wonder Woman, not of Gal Gadot.
No. I also love the actress playing Hawkgirl because she was just in The Last of Us season 2.
Isabella Merced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she is a super underrated actress.
Yeah.
Like, she is literally the best part of Transformers The Last Night. And she's only in it for 10 minutes because white supremacists got big mad over 5 seconds of footage in the first Transformers Last Night trailer.
Yeah.
Hey.
But she is in the greatest superhero film ever made, Madam Web.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a lot of superhero redemption in this.
Yeah, there is.
Like,
Wow.
she took this role saying, there'll probably be another big one coming for me.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, a year later, she's Hawk Girl
Yeah.
in what will probably be one of the biggest films of the year until Fantastic Four comes out.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be to say what'll be bigger, honestly. I mean, I can see it, but it's also like it depends on how good Fantastic Four actually is, I think, because a lot of people are MCU'd out, but then again, you got the Pedro Pascal aspect of it, so it's kind of
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
different.
And I'm cautiously optimistic about Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yeah.
Because that looks like one of those, it looks like it's going to go either way movies.
And it's also, I think it could be good or bad because people are starting to slowly, even though I love Pedro Pascal, get the Pedro Pascal like over he's like oversaturating films and TV right now.
Yeah, he's getting a little too overexposed. He's going to become that one actor everybody's going to get tired of.
Yeah, he'll become Ben Affleck.
Going back to what we were talking about, like when they're fighting this big monster, like with the Justice Gang and Superman explicitly does not want to kill this monster.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Terrific goes in for the kill, puts his T-spheres in his stomach and kills him.
Yeah. It shows the difference here too. And I mean, they bring, I mean, it's also the fact that the Justice Gang are brought to you by Maxwell Lord's company. So it's like,
yeah.
It's like,
and I don't like that he's being played by Sean Gunn. Like, this needs somebody with a little more authority to him. He's only in it for like 5-10 seconds.
Speaking of Pedro Pascal played before.
Yeah. Honestly, if they could get away with it, I'd like to see him reprise the role in this movie. Yeah. He was so fucking good in that movie.
He was the best part of that movie. That movie was very flawed, though, in my opinion. Yeah. I liked it better than a lot of people did, but I still think it was pretty flawed. But I mean, I can see. I mean, I thought that. I mean, when they made the announcement of Sean Gunn in the role, I thought he was going to have more screen time, and then maybe we could start to like him better. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just depends. But I'm so used to like on Supergirl, Peter Facinelli played him, and then Pedro Pascal played him in Wonder Woman 1984. It's like. It's just I'm more used to him being kind of like a conventionally handsome man, you know. It's like
like my pick for Maxwell Lord would be someone like Kieran Culkin, like someone who I think could pass that off, deliver that smarky. I know one thing Democrats and Republicans can agree on, like.
He could do that better. I mean, and plus but then he's not like I was saying with the other ones, he's not conventionally handsome either, though. I mean, somebody's not like, I mean, the same thing with Sean Gunn. I mean, I don't think he's a unattractive guy. He's just not like your your Clark Gable type of guy, you know?
Yeah. I'm looking more towards authoritative if I were to cast a Maxwell Lord. Not exactly conventionally attractive, like authoritative and charismatic.
Yeah. And that's why you would cast Donald Trump in the role. Oh, wait.
I get jokes. Speaking of which, Superman gets canceled as Lex gives an interview with not Tucker Carlson, played by Michael Ian Black, about the second half of the message, which reveals that Jor-El wants Superman to dominate Earth and get a harem.
Right.
And which is from all other adaptations of the character, except for like, I mean, it's based in some stories in the comic books where Jor-El turns out to be a not so nice guy.
Yeah, and I do like that angle better than playing him as completely pure.
Plus, I mean, it's like it totally brings the character of Superman / Clark Kent home more because it's, we have like a part where his dad basically tells him that it's, you got to choose who you're going to be, not, based upon what your parents tell you to be, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of my main issues with this film is the harem running joke.
Yeah.
that got old really fast, and thank God James Gunn realized that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that kept going on, I would have been like, "Oh my God, shut the fuck up about the harem."
I know they only mentioned it like twice. I'm like, yeah, thank God. Now my question is, because I don't know if I misunderstood or not. By the way, I do like the fact that Lex Luthor says Superman's grooming us, so that's another right wing, catchphrase. Like,
Exactly.
but like, would I? So was the message legit or was it altered? Because I don't think I
Yes,
quite.
the
was?
message
Okay.
was actually legit.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's sad actually.
As far as we know now, I mean, it could always be, retconned in the future, but still.
Yeah, and that's another issue I have with this movie is like that reveal goes shockingly overlooked.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he turns himself in, but this should be more of a bigger deal in this film.
There also should have been more build up to the people reacting to it, because it was like automatic. Like, he's on this, big screen outside. There's a news story about it, and this guy's on this phone, and it's just like everybody like is like, "Yay, Superman!" And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh."
Yeah,
It's just like that's not how we react to things, because
we're quick to cancel somebody.
yeah, we are, but it's also like, if you are a big fan of somebody, like I'm assuming these people are of Superman, like there's been people like I was a big Kevin Spacey fan, and when the news first came out about stuff that he had supposedly done, I was like, not Kevin Spacey, like at first, but then it took me like, more than like 2 seconds to eventually realize that
Exactly.
yeah, I don't like him anymore, sort of thing.
It's like, I fucking love American Beauty, but I'm not exactly going to upgrade my Blu-ray to 4K given events surrounding that movie.
Yeah.
That sucks though that was legit. I guess it does though, kind of. They could have like maybe went into that a little bit more, because it also kind of shows that that his parents were also very flawed people, and they have their own culture, and there it's like totally fine apparently to take multiple wives and repopulate, stuff like that. And but they maybe actually thought that was a good thing, like not so much of like a sinister like I'm gonna send you down so you could rule over these people, but more of like they actually thought like humans are so stupid, which we are, that it would actually be in our best interest if Superman were to do those things. But of course, that's like a dictator type of situation,
It'll be interesting seeing Supergirl if we get any more background on Krypton.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Supergirl, by the way, in this movie. She always in there for like a second, but
yeah, we'll get to that when we do.
Yeah.
Superman decides to turn himself in and gets put into a prison with Metamorpho, who keeps him down with kryptonite. And it's in this little pocket universe, and one of Lex Luthor's exes is right by Superman. And here comes Snyder influence number 4. A scene that feels like it would have been straight out of fucking Batman v Superman, where Lex Luthor is holding the food vendor hostage.
Yeah.
And he's interrogating Superman while he's weakened. And it's intimidating as shit.
Scary. Yeah.
And they're doing the Russian roulette scene, and he's doing the Russian roulette bit with him. And it takes 2 shots, and I'm like, holy shit. I just love how brutally evil Nicholas Hoult is in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, and when we're talking about Metamorpho, Anthony Carrigan is great in the role too.
Yeah, he is super underrated in this movie.
He's a great actor. He was great on Barry.
I loved him in Barry.
Yeah.
And I like that he plays this character fairly straight. Yeah, little bits of NoHo Hank sneak in there, but he's still mostly playing it straight.
I mean, the only issue I have with it, the character, and I don't have any issue with him or the character itself. It's just I hate it when there's a character like that who's buried beneath so much makeup.
Yeah.
Because Anthony Carrigan has such an expressive face, and you can kind of see it through the makeup, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I'm a huge fan of practical.
Yeah. And I mean, I am too. But my thing is like I would have almost like they would somehow have lessened the way that the character looked a little or something, so you could actually see Anthony's real face.
And I like the little touches of the Pocket Universe, like the thousands of monkeys typing out Superman hatred on social media.
Yes, I love that.
Yes,
like
literal.
Troll farms, basically. They're literally angry monkeys, just spirit.
I bet Toxic Snyder fans are going to call that racist, that monkeys hate Superman.
Yeah, suddenly they'll play identity politics when it suits them, right? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, they tried to say that the Superman movie is racist towards Indians when the trailer explicitly shows a brown child holding a Superman flag up.
How is it against Indians?
Exactly.
Maybe because the guy that got shot, was he supposed to be Indian?
Yeah.
The guy that Lex Luthor executed? Well,
yeah.
That just shows how Lex Luthor is evil, not that Indians are bad.
Exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with people? They don't know how to understand anything anymore. Like context, nuance, like nothing. Like
it's media literacy no longer exists, period.
Oh, I can tell you that from the Armand White review I've read on James Gunn's Superman, where he's practically deep-throating Zack Snyder's boots.
That's the other thing about the monkeys, too, though. I did see comments on one of these posts from Zack Snyder, Snyder Bros, saying that, oh, the monkey thing, that was just them making fun of us. And I'm like, it's just funny that they're basically saying that where they're it's like, well, if you think they're making fun of you, that's more on you than anything.
Exactly. It's like how I have one commenter on the Rachel Zegler video kept using gay as an insult with me. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, if you're using gay as an insult and you're over the age of 10, that says more about you.
Yeah.
I hope you find the man of your dreams.
Right. It's not 1997. Come on. Like,
besides, he's not my type, and I'm already talking to a girl. So
yeah. I've had that myself in arguments where people will like look at my picture, and I mean I'm completely straight, and nothing wrong with people being gay, but they'll call me gay or trans or something for some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, I'm really not your type. I mean, you're really not. You're really not my type, and I'm probably not yours. I don't know, but it's just
yeah. And going back to what we were saying, like all this is going on, like Metamorpho's son is right across from him, and he's being held as leverage. And I love how genuinely intense that scene is.
Yeah.
Gee, it's almost as if this is relevant or something.
Yep.
No. There's not people in this country abducting people and taking them from their children or anything,
And he specifically mentions political dissenters as well in all this Pocket Universe prison as well.
I'm emphasizing the ice water.
Yes. Ice
water. I could go for some ice water right now. And then Superman convinces Metamorpho to make something similar to a yellow sun to power him so he can go rescue his son. And then they break out of their cells. And there's this over-the-top splash page that happens as Superman is rescuing his son.
Yeah. It's cool, though.
Yeah, it's a cool scene. Lots of action. I like how Metamorpho turns into acid and just like melts these guards that are after him.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you going to do? Splash us? He's like, yes, with some kind of acid.
Yeah, with acid. And then while all this is going on, Lois Lane and Mr. Terrific are working together to help find Superman. And this is another issue I have, like with the humor. Like, we shouldn't be doing like these really sitcom-y jokes. Like, Mr. Terrific's ship is behind a garage door and it's taking like a minute to open.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God, you're really proving the Snyder fans right here. Come on.
It would have, if it was like half the amount of time than what it was, I think it would have been fine, but it did last a little while. We're like, okay, we get it. Like it's supposed to be funny, fine, but I do like the scene though where he puts this cool force field around her and just kicks the absolute shit out of these guys
Yeah.
at the base or whatever.
Yeah.
I do like
The Yondu scene, I call it.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they did go to the Union Terminal in Cincinnati to film the Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
Because that's what they based the illustrations in the comic book after, was the terminal in Cincinnati. So
yeah. And they end up entering the pocket universe where Superman is being held. And they rescue Superman and take him to Smallville. And it's here where we get a really good scene with Pruitt Taylor Vince that if this year continues to be weak, I'd actually argue a Best Supporting Actor nomination for him.
yeah, he's a very underrated actor, period. He's like everything I've ever seen him in, he's good.
But I don't know about all that per se, but he's genuinely fucking great in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
He's just been one of those like stalwart like character actors who's, you know, I mean, he played Malcolm Rivers in Identity back in 2003.
Yeah.
Really liked.
And yeah, I fucking love that movie. And that movie is so fucking hard to track down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just saw on Amazon, I had like a 2-pack saved of Identity and Vacancy.
Yeah.
And that's going upwards of $110.
Jesus.
To get like that Mill Creek 2-pack. Not exactly the Sony release version, but a Mill Creek 2-pack.
I'm not sure, but I do think I have it on DVD. So,
yeah. And I like that what he tells Clark is it's his actions that determine who he is, not the parents.
Yeah.
And that's such a great moment that feels like a real sincere conversation. Whereas, yeah I get where Pa Kent is coming from with Man of Steel. Like, you shouldn't go out and show off your powers willy-nilly. But the word you shouldn't have used is maybe in response to rescuing children.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, that brings us to the difference between that movie and this movie. And I mean, the fact that this movie, the main message is Clark saying people were going to die, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we get to the selfie girl.
Yes.
So, who is Eve Tessmacher, who canonically is Lex Luthor's right-hand woman.
Yeah.
Right-hand man, but I mean, I'm tired.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, this character is going to be irritating. And then it's revealed that Jimmy was in a relationship with Eve. He has her listed as mutant toes in his contacts. So, and the funny thing about this was when I was typing selfie in my notes, my phone autocorrected to selfish. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's interesting too, because like mutant is a word primarily used in the in Marvel continuity and never in DC because they, you know, can't really use it. So
yeah. So naturally I had to do a little research. I had to look up the actress's WikiFeet page.
Oh Jesus.
Yes, I did. She has a 4.93 rating on WikiFeet, which is almost 5-star gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I can confirm she does not have mutant toes. Looking up her WikiFeet page actually makes the joke land so well. It's just kind of low-key brilliant.
I still find it hilarious that there is a thing called WikiFeet.
Yes.
So,
I just found out about that right now. I had no idea.
yeah, it's a website where like celebrities and people have their feet up there and you can rate them.
Oh my God. I had no idea.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but
I actually have one of my models actually has a WikiFeet page, and I just found out about it. Like, oh, wow. Okay.
It's just so weird. I never understood the feet fetish thing, period. But I mean, I'm not going to kink shame anybody, whatever, you know, whatever.
I don't yuck people's yum.
Yeah.
And I actually do like that Eve actually has an arc. Like, minor characters get compelling arcs in this.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's revealed that Eve is not this dumbass bimbo girlfriend. Like, she's actually trying to stop Lex from the inside. Yeah. And she ends up getting captured for it.
And I mean, it's basically showing that she's an abused girlfriend by Lex too. It's kind of like, showing that too, where, but she's a strong woman who's trying to get out of that abusive relationship.
And she reveals to Jimmy that Lex is selling the tech to Ned and Putin in exchange for half of Jaranpur, which is basically the Gaza stand-in of this film.
Yeah.
Or Ukraine, whatever your political allegory you decide.
Yeah, and I mean, it's basically what he wants to do is make it the Riviera. Oh, wait, no, that's Donald Trump. He wants to make it like some kind of like tech land or something, which is very much in line with the with Silicon Valley bros like Peter Thiel and whatnot, who want to do that. Where they literally, some of them have bought an island where they want to turn it into like this tech paradise without
like a libertarian thing too, right? Like
no leaders and all this other shit. Yeah,
crypto probably is going to be the national currency, probably, or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Shitcoin 47 star comma. It's going to make them all trillions of dollars or whatever.
And then as this happens, Superman is going to fight Ultraman again. And he thinks that Superman's going to go to Jaranpur. But what happens is he ends up sending Metamorpho and the Justice Gang to Jaranpur.
Yeah.
And Superman is fighting Ultraman and by proxy Lex in Metropolis with Mr. Terrific by his side.
Yeah, and this is when we find out. I mean, we find out that Ultraman is a cloned Clark, or cloned Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, for a second I thought it was Bizarro Superman, and I was like, no, that's not Bizarro Superman, that's Ultraman.
Yeah.
Because they say it outright in the film.
You know what I think would be really interesting, because James Gunn has recently said that he would definitely cast Henry Cavill in a role in the DCU.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they ever had a Bizarro Superman, they should cast him.
Yes, I would totally be down for that. And I'd totally be down for toxic Snyder fans getting pissed off.
Yeah.
What is Bizarro? I don't think I know that one. Bizarro Superman. What is that
Bizarro
about?
Superman is basically the dumber, uglier version of Superman.
Okay.
He's like the opposite. He's dumber and he's evil, kind of, and he's like the in the comics sometimes the S is backwards on his chest and stuff. Yeah.
And while the Jaranpur scene's going on, Hawkgirl kills Ned and Putin, but toxic Snyder fans use an out of context shot of her. Like, they pick like the most derpiest looking shot of Isabella Merced.
Yeah.
And it's during the scene where she's murdering Ned and Putin.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, that's not exactly, that's the best shot you could come up with to roast her.
Yeah, they're trying to say, oh, she's so, and the thing is, I find it hilarious that any brown woman who's attractive, like Rachel Ziegler and her, they basically are like, oh, they're so ugly, and they find like any kind of screenshot that they can where they're making a funny face or something. They're like, oh, it's ugly, it's like, okay, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you got cameras that take like 100 pictures per second. You can obviously find a part where a person's face looks contorted or weird or whatever.
Yeah. And it's like I said. It's like I said in the Rachel Zegler video. If you didn't know who she was, you would be sliding into her DMs.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't fucking kid yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I just got in a fight today with somebody online about Rachel. So, yeah, I mean, of all things, because somebody put up a thing which I think was just I don't know, bait of some kind online, where they were saying Rachel Ziegler says she would love to play Princess Leia in the Star Wars movies. I could not find any source for her ever saying that.
Yeah.
And then this guy's like, no, she hates men. She's so evil. She doesn't like any men. She's a man hater. And then of course I go to the guy's page, and it's just full of like, dick sucking posts about Trump. So it's like, yeah.
It's just like this idea that like they think that they're entitled to anyone that they fancy. Like, it reminds me of like some people who like like for example, get really, really, really mad at like black women who won't date white men, as if like they would get a chance with them anyway. But it's like you do realize there's plenty of black women who would date white men, but you're not focusing on them. You're focusing on the ones that don't want. It's this very strange mentality. You know what I mean? Like a very
Exactly.
odd way of like focusing on something.
Yeah. Beggars can't exactly be choosers, you know?
Right. No, exactly.
And I hate to break it to him, Isabella probably wouldn't date them anyways because I'm pretty sure she's queer. So
Right. So it doesn't matter
yeah,
either way.
But one of my other major issues, and I don't think I brought this up, is James Gunn constantly hitting the John Williams nostalgia bait button.
Yeah.
It's like, I legitimately get playing it in the opening scene. I may not agree with it, but okay, sure, play it in the opening scene. But constantly hitting the John Williams nostalgia bait button to bring emotion out of a scene just keeps pissing me off. It's like the applause sign anytime you hear the John Williams theme in this movie.
I didn't really find it that overdone, and I think it was like because it was not a direct thing, but it could have been worse because I listened to Ben Shapiro's review of this movie. And he said they should have just put the John Williams score in this movie, and it would have been a lot better because I don't know why anybody wants to compete with that score because it's the greatest score in the history of cinema. And
yeah, the guy who's simping for Lex Luthor in that movie.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the Birdman's inevitable video on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I already have a Substack lined up ready to go where I'm roasting Armand White's review of Superman. And for those of you who don't know who Armand White is, imagine if Clarence Thomas were a film critic and you have Armand White.
Yep. It's like
I don't know. I never heard of him until right now, but that sounds terrible.
This is a guy who is probably the only person on planet Earth who loves Jack and Jill.
Oh my God.
That's how shitty his film taste is. He will slam Superman, but will unironically call Jack and Jill a masterpiece.
Oh God.
Anybody that loves most of Adam Sandler's post 1999, with the exception of like Uncut Gems and Reign Over Me, I don't understand. So that's just
Punch Drunk Love, though. Punch Drunk Love is in the Criterion Collection.
What was that after 99?
Yes, 2002.
I'll give
There's
him
a few good movies, but he's saturated with so many shitty ones. You know what I mean?
Adam Sandler has 2 films in the Criterion Collection: Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems.
I do love Punch Drunk Love. Seen it several times. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, it's a great movie too. That was made on a bet. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it was made. Paul Thomas Anderson, one of his friends or another filmmaker, bet him that because he was known for making longer movies, said, "I bet you can't make a romantic comedy that's less than 90 minutes long, starring Adam Sandler, and make it good."
Yeah, and I think Punch Drunk Love is actually his best film. Like, I love Punch Drunk Love.
I won't go that far. It's up there. I think Magnolia is his best film, but just me.
Yeah, if I had to choose a close second, it's Magnolia or Hard 8, one or the other. It alternates.
Mm-hmm.
I still wait. Kino Lorber announced Hard 8 and then pulled it. I was so pissed.
Yeah, Hard 8 is a great movie. Great Philip Baker Hall performance in that and stuff too.
But guys, let's not forget that Adam Sandler's true masterpiece of masterpieces is going to be uploaded to Netflix in 5 days. And that is Happy Gilmore 2.
Yes, that's going to be a spoiler alert too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a movie. I think we said all we needed to say with the first one.
Yes.
But at the same time, though, like, even though it has a clear beginning, middle, and end, I kind of want to revisit that character.
Yeah, I do too, but I think I would have wanted to revisit that character maybe like 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Great movie, though. I love Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. The Snyder influence number 5. The slow-mo fight scene where Superman knocks one of Lex's henchmen out.
Oh, right.
And then he circles around with the laser eyes, that feels like something Zack Snyder would have shot.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I mean, you see those scenes in Man of Steel and stuff where he's just basically lasering down people. So yeah,
Yeah. And
Um,
one of the things I do like, and Superman and Ultraman are in the crevice, and they're fighting each other.
Mhm.
And one of the scenes I like is when Lex Luthor's like 1-8, 1-8, 1-8, 1-8, because Ultraman is being controlled by Lex Luthor and his henchmen, so to speak.
Playing chess.
Basically treating it like it's a video game.
Yeah.
Or chess. That's actually a better analogy.
Yeah, I think it's more like chess. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he realizes he needs to summon Crypto. And he summons Crypto to destroy the drones that control Ultraman. And Ultraman gets sucked into the black hole. And I like that little comeback Superman has. Brains over brawn.
Yeah, because that's what he said. That's what Lex Luthor says. I also like how they didn't make such a huge deal about Ultraman being Superman's clone. Like, oh my god, here's the top boss. It was just like,
exactly.
you know, like whatever.
Yeah, here's David Cornsweat with long hair.
I was looking more into that Armand White guy here for a second. Yeah, it's definitely a right wing conservative guy. Like, he doesn't like There Will Be Blood. Speaking of Paul Thomas Anderson.
Why?
Yeah. Because
I actually did roast on a couple of his reviews, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Barbie, and the Eras Tour, because I wanted to find a way to recoup my investment, because Dustin and I had a planned spoiler alert, and then that ended up falling through. And I was trying to find anybody to do that, and I had already spent $19.89 to do the Eras Tour video.
He's also as far as gay cinema goes, he really likes I Now Pronounced You Chuck and Larry, but does not like Brokeback Mountain.
Oh my god. So you're right. He probably does love Jack and Jill. That's probably not an actual just random example that you tossed out. Probably actually.
He really does. Look up his review for that.
Oh, you're serious? You weren't? Oh my god, you weren't just making.
I was not making that up.
Oh my god, yeah, I'll read that in a little bit.
He also like Precious, 12 Years a Slave, Get Out, Nope, Black Panther.
So
yeah.
So they call this super woke. Sorry, but let's finish the movie. I don't want to keep getting you guys off track.
Yeah, I know. And Mr. Terrific ends up closing the rift, and Superman gives the usual stirring Superman speech to Lex Luthor about humanity.
Yeah.
And then the Daily Planet ends up revealing Luthor's scheme, and ends up getting transported to Belle Reeve, the prison from the Suicide Squad, either iteration. And then everyone in the pocket dimension is freed.
I do like that humanity speech, though. I think it's really...
Yeah.
Because like I'm as human as anyone. I wrote it down. I'm as human as anyone. I get scared. I wake up every morning, and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other, and I try to make the best choices I can. I screw up all the time, but that is being human, and that's my greatest strength. Yeah.
Right.
And it goes back to when Lois Lane said she was a punk rock kid, and Clark Kent reveals that he likes the Mighty Crabjoys, or whatever that band's name is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it kind of adds to that message. Like, kindness is kind of punk rock right now.
Yeah.
Like, just being a douchebag is just so conformist. So, Sesame, you brought up how they introduced Supergirl. I'm gonna be the bad guy here.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I did not like how she was introduced. I get it, because I've read bits and pieces of Woman of Tomorrow, and she's a hot mess. She lived on Krypton longer. But my first impression of Supergirl should not be basic ass drunk white girl.
That's your introduction to her, and I'm sure she's going to be different in her own standalone movie.
Exactly.
And I did kind of not enjoy it because I mean I'm a really big fan of Melissa Benoist's portrayal of Supergirl on the TV series. So
I
it's
love that show so much.
Yeah. Let me put it to you like this.
yeah.
If Zack Snyder introduced Diana Prince the way James Gunn introduced Supergirl and Batman v Superman, he would have been put in front of a firing squad.
Mm-hmm.
Or better yet, the first scene we see of Diana Prince is she's tied up because that's a canonical Wonder Woman weakness.
Yeah.
Like, he would be put in front of a firing squad.
And see,
That's why I didn't like how she was introduced. Like,
I
there
think
need
you could take it as the basic like drunk girl sort of trope, but it's also the fact that they emphasize the fact that she had to go to another planet to get drunk, because I think it also kind of like emphasizes her humanity or wanting to be human aspect too, more than anything, because most humans like to get drunk, so it's like
Right.
that thing, at least the ones she probably interacts with. I mean, I don't drink, but still that's different. But
yeah, I've been sober for a year and a half myself.
yeah,
Nice.
I've been sober for 47 years.
There you go.
Well,
So,
And it's revealed that
yeah.
and then it's revealed that Crypto belongs to Supergirl.
mhm.
And I do kind of like that angle
Yeah.
because it wouldn't make sense for Superman to have this wild dog.
Yeah, and it makes more sense with her. And I do like it too, because the thing I do like about her is it's going to give you a different interpretation of Supergirl than we see.
Exactly. Like, something tells me Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is going to be what I thought Thor Ragnarok was going to be, having read some of the comic.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like she's going to be definitely different than the 80s Supergirl movie, and definitely different than the CW. So, yeah.
The CW. So
Yeah.
is Crypto like a dog from Krypton? Is that why he's got the powers? Or
Yeah.
okay.
And he was and the thing is like one of the reviews I saw is like, oh, they're getting so stupid. They introduced a dog in this movie, and it's like,
So what?
Crypto has been a character since the 40s.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
He's a canonical character.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, I mean, the same people that were saying since when did Superman become an immigrant? And I was like, 1938.
Exactly. Created by two Jewish immigrants
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Well,
In
that's why that's the
Cleveland.
reason I hate it for
at
real.
the
That's-
rise of Hitler's power.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I love how Fox News just suddenly immediately realized the text of Superman. Like, that's not even subtext. It's the literal goddamn text.
And that again tells me why the dumbing down of media literacy is so detrimental to society in general. It's not just people are like, oh, you just don't like it that people don't understand your stupid comic book movies. No. Don't like it the fact that people can't understand even regular media like the news, and they call everything fake news that they don't agree with. Even I've even seen like normal stories, like somebody says, oh, well, there was an accident on Douglas Road the other day, and people are like, fake news, and I'm like, that doesn't even...
Why would that be? Like,
Yeah.
why would anyone want to make that up? But like,
Or
But what-
one of my favorite things to do when I'm on, like, say, WTBG 13 is play Spot the White Supremacist.
Yeah.
Because somebody is about to make it about race. Even if it's something minor. Like, a local woman celebrates her 100th birthday. They're just going to say something evil. You're going to find the one white supremacist that's going to say something evil.
I was in a lengthy debate today with a guy that was talking about there was an event that's going to be happening at the mosque, and he was just going on and on about how basically like no religion besides the religion that whatever denomination of Christianity he supports actually believes in God, so he's convinced that nobody else believes in God besides him.
Yeah, he was saying like Christians do not go to this event where they're going to give you free food. It's like these people are so horrible. They're giving free food away. That's
Like-
so
Oh,
unchrist.
no.
It's dark and
And-
evil.
The thing is too, I'm like super autistic, like for real. Actually, not just as a joke. And like I went through a phase where I studied Islam like extensively. I'm talking like 4 or 5 years where. And I don't have the energy to debate people anymore, but I could have ripped apart like every single argument. But then again, he'll just come back with something else because that's how these people go, so it's just like whatever.
I mean, I all the time futilely, but these white supremacists and people of that ilk, sadly, because of their lack of media literacy and their lack of just literacy and understanding of anything that's different than themselves, is kind of never going to be changed, sadly. I mean, that's why they can't understand a movie where your main superhero has empathy and wants to be more humane and wants to, experience humanity and stuff, and they think that's somehow woke. It's just so stupid.
Yeah, I think it's fucking bullshit. It's why Netflix movies nowadays have to tell you what is going on.
I know. I
So
hate that.
Because they think you're too stupid to understand the movie.
Yeah. And
Because most people aren't watching it. That's the thing. Most people watch TV without actually watching it. Like, they just look on their phones. I do that too sometimes, but when I do watch something, I actually watch it. Like I'm actually.
I do too. Like, I can multitask. I can watch and take notes. I kind of have to. I'm a video essayist.
Yeah.
And it's like the thing is, it's like the lack of, like I was saying, the lack of media literacy, but also the lack of literacy and the lack of understanding, like, news and history and stuff like that. People like sadly, like my nephew, anytime I talk about something that happened in the past, he's like, I hate history. I don't want to learn history. And I'm like, okay, I can understand it not being your favorite subject or anything, but it does help to learn it. But the fact is, a lot of people in society are like that, where they don't want to learn from anything.
Exactly.
They just want to know what they know and their own little bubble. And that's why it's kind of sad that somebody like Netflix is actually just encouraging that way of life. Mm-hmm. It's like, I like to be challenged when I watch a movie.
Exactly.
I like to think about the why did they paint that door red, or why did they choose that sweater for that character. That I like to get deep and down and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My favorite film of last year was Anora, because it takes you through the life of the stripper. And if you just watch it with basic media literacy, you just think this girl's a slut. But in reality, she's looking for love. She's looking for acceptance. Like, she's busting her ass as a stripper. Like, and you have these, like, film snobs, the letterboxd Lawrences of the world, so to speak, who are throwing this movie under the bus now that Anora won Best Picture. Because damn well that would have been the movie film snobs would have thrown under the bus if Emilia Perez was not nominated.
Yeah.
And
it's so stupid.
And I can't wait to get to that, because my first modern Criterion entry is going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once, but my second was going to be RRR, and then I realized I need to do research into Bollywood versus Hollywood. I need to know what the essential Bollywood and Hollywood films are. I need to know what Indian cinema is like. I can't just go into this cold cocktail. RRR was the first Indian film I ever saw. But at the same time, it makes me want to explore Bollywood and Tollywood.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I butchered the pronunciation of Tollywood.
Yeah. But it's just like, to know the history of why things are made the way they are,
and that's why Anora is going to be my second entry into the Criterion, second modern entry into the Criterion collection, because I really want to deep dive this movie and basically tell film snobs you're wrong about this movie. Now, I can get why someone wouldn't like Anora, but if you're coming at it as, there's too much sex in this movie, no stars. The coolest people I've ever met as a photographer were models that were also strippers or sex workers or people who ran OnlyFans. They're some of the coolest people you will ever meet.
And I mean, the thing is you can meet cool people in any walk of life, and people don't understand that. Like, people can't understand, like, they can't relate with a character if it's not exactly them for some reason. It's like, that's why they're so afraid of, like, a black mermaid or a brown Snow White,
a biracial Snow White at that, a half Polish Snow White.
Yeah, it's like they don't understand because, she's not a white male. I don't understand because I'm a white male. It's like so stupid.
And
So,
you
like-
wonder why Mikey Madison turned down Star Wars.
I mean, look, they hate that Kelly Tran got it or whatever on that and stuff, and different in like Ahmed Best back in the day and Jake Lloyd and everything.
And I'd be the same fucking way too if I just won a fucking Oscar.
Mhm.
Like, fuck you, pay me. You want me to be fucking bullied? Fuck you, pay me. And that goes into why I fucking love the ending of Superman, where he's healing at the Fortress of Solitude, and you hear the Iggy Pop and Teddy Bear song, Punk Rocker, and you see the video footage of young Clark with Ma and Pa Kent, and it's this genuinely wonderful moment of solace. That's what it felt like, just pure solace on screen.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Like, he's
That's what he
accepted Ma and Pa Kent as his real parents.
Right. I mean, yeah, because that's who raised them and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. But like this woke stuff, like you're saying too, like, see, I study comic books. I don't really read them that often. I read about them more so, not so much lately, but like in general. And correct me if I'm wrong, because you said that like there were two Jewish immigrants who wrote Superman. But correct me if I'm wrong. Did one of them like specifically base Superman off of Moses from the Bible, or is that something that
I believe that was the case.
Okay, so then, well, there you go. That's a Christian prophet. They should be loving that then,
Yes, Superman is often interpreted as an allegory for Moses. Per Google, both characters share a similar origin story of being sent away from their doomed home worlds as infants to be raised in a foreign land, and both are depicted as having a destiny to lead their people.
Okay, that's cool.
So that was one of the interesting things I read too, prepping for this, was Siegel and Schuster used the story of Moses to form Superman. That I felt was really interesting. All right, so as for my overall thoughts on this movie, on Letterboxd, I gave this a very high 3.5, like a Top Gun Maverick Birds of Prey 3.5, where it's extremely close to being a 4. But for me, this would have been a 5-star masterpiece if James Gunn just simply got a co-writer. Because you can tell he's stretched thin writing and directing these numerous projects for the DCU, all while running DC Studios. The other thing, too, is I felt this needed at least 10 more minutes, because there were instances where I felt the film was rushed. For example, when it's revealed that Superman was seen as the bad guy. And like I said, I didn't like Creature Commandos, but at least James Gunn realized that he hired a writer's room for season 2, because he, too, is realizing he's stretched thin.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's starting to realize that. Because if it becomes quantity over quality, like, your work's going to suffer. And most of James Gunn's post-Guardians of the Galaxy work has kind of suffered. Like, it took 4 episodes for Peacemaker to get good. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Peacemaker when it first started, but I still watched the show thinking it would go somewhere.
I liked every episode of that, though. I'm just kind of weird, though.
Is that coming back for a season 2? It's been like 3 or 4 years.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Yeah,
Next month, in fact.
Yeah, next
Okay.
and some of the characters from this movie will be in it. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because it's going to have to reset it, because the way the last season ended, that was definitely in the DCEU universe, and now this is going to be...
Oh, okay.
This is going to be post-Flash.
Yeah.
So, okay, out of 5, what would you guys give this? Half stars are included, except 1 and 0. But I know you guys aren't going to give this a 1 or a 0.
No.
I give it a 5. I think it's the best superhero-based film I've seen in years. Definitely. I think it's maybe the best superhero film since Black Panther.
So
That's a
you're
good
going 5-star film?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going with a 4.1.
All right, you're going with 4. All right. And like I said, I give this a very high 3.5. You gave the second 5-star. That wasn't mine.
Yeah.
Dustin, the only other one I had with either Dustin or a guest on was Dustin with the Batman, where he gave it a 5.
Yeah, I loved this movie. I mean, I'm a Batman fan, but I like this better than a lot of the Batman movies I've seen. I definitely like it better than the Batman. But it's just I think it's I mean, great. I mean, it might be like recency bias, but it's still I think it's the best Superman movie since 1978. So
Yeah. I'm still a Superman 78 fan and a Donner Cup fan, but if I had to choose what number 3 is, it would be Superman 2025.
yeah.
So technically, yeah, there was a good Superman movie in my lifetime. Like, I do like Man of Steel, but it took me 3 viewings to like it.
Yeah.
Whereas I like Superman 2025 straight away.
But I mean, nobody beats, John Cryer in Superman 4. So I mean, that's the greatest acting.
Yeah.
But then he became Lex Luthor though in Supergirl.
Again, there's that superhero redemption we were talking about.
He went on to be, in my opinion, probably, if I had to rate Lex Luthor's, I think he's my 3rd favorite. So yeah.
Yeah, he was really fucking good as Lex Luthor in the couple episodes I've seen him in, because I kind of tuned out of the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
But the clips I did see him in, I was like, yeah, he's fucking great. Like, this is actually good casting. Because
I think Nicholas Hoult it's hard to say. Like, I think Gene Hackman is great, and it's like Gene Hackman and Nicholas Hoult are 1 and 2, but I could flip their order depending on how I feel. So,
yeah, it's a mood thing for me. By the way, rest in peace, Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
What a horrible way to die.
I know, Jesus.
Now I'm bummed out.
Yeah.
Well, let's go out on a happy note. All right. Where can we find you guys?
Well, happy note, Nicholas Hoult is still alive, so we got that.
There you go.
Yes.
But you can find us at AllTooReelToo.com. There's links to everything there. You can listen to us on any podcast app or catcher or whatever you call them, and that's ALL, the number 2 REELTOO. So that's the way you find it.
All righty. Be sure to like, comment, share, spread the word of New Rums Media. Follow me on all my socials at New Rums Media. And until then, because I'm a punk rocker, yes I am.